Okay, we looked at the module one way of how we go about sort of looking through the different pricing criteria. And what I have here is going to be this is module two. So what we're going to do is we're going to use that same pricing criteria, but I want to show you how I use AI now to find what are kind of the same, if not additional products that we can use. So this is going to be all the command stuff we get into right here. But first of all, I want to make sure you know how to get there. So if you just go to Google, or if you will actually stay away from Microsoft on this one, just so you know, because their version of GPT sort of wants to take over everything. So if you go to Google, first of all, and basically you're going to be typing in sort of the equivalent of the chat. Let me see if I can find it here. Okay, if you type in the ChatGPT, I noticed just today that they've kind of changed this around now. So if I just do start now, it's going to sort of let me, since this is free, it'll just go to where I want that. But since I already went to here, this is where I'm already signed in. So right now, if you were to go here, you put in your email address if you're brand new on this, and do continue, and then you make a password. It's free. Okay, if I have an account, I just go here and I come back. Since I have both the version 3.5 and 4.0, the 4.0 is what gives us our ability to make use of anything that's video. So, for example, I have on my YouTube channel, I have like veganism, about 10 different videos that I simply went to my chat here and did this, where this was 4.0, and came down to where I told it what I wanted it to do. I may have even given it a book or two on good veganism versus lifestyle, poor and rich, and then also to the diet itself, because it's more than a diet. But anyways, I then tell it in the other one, 4.0, create a video on the book I gave him to analyze, and it'll give me that. It'll shoot it over to one or another places I tell it to go, and it'll help out with giving me the answer. So now I don't think I need, since I've already logged in, let me see if I need to do it again. It's probably going to tell me I have this, so try to go back. Okay, it didn't. Let's take a look and see. I bet you it's going to tell me I'm either logged in or I don't need to. Let's find out. Great. Okay, so if you can see here, this is Chat 4.0. These are all the various ones that I use here that I make. You can make books out of this and stuff. This in 4.0, send to Canva, DALL-E, which is 3.5, I think, Adobe Express. I just have all these different ones. You can write books out of this stuff. But we're purposely going to go to the free version, which is this right here, 3.5. Now what we want to do is to make use of our commands. It's a big, long one. So I'm just going to take it on assume the fact you don't know AI, because I don't really know any better. So again, in module one, we looked at the various things we want to look at, and that includes the map price being at least 500 or 1,000 a product. I want to make sure that the products are not available on Amazon or Walmart, or people could simply just go there. I tell it the market is going to be in the United States. Supplier relations, coordination on pricing strategy. Product characteristics are going to be including the size, the weight, and potential profitability for each are going to be important. One of the things is passion versus profit. And this is where I say balancing interest versus in financial viability. So keep in mind, the way I'm presenting this information is that this is a business. So in other words, I may end up, with this store that sells ice machines or ottomans or something that, maybe is not really the sexiest thing in the world, but it doesn't matter because I'm focusing on supplying a product that I know is going to be needed by certain people and they're willing to pay a certain amount. The suppliers I'm listing here need to be located in the United States, and my customers prefer this. And this is kind of important here, this last one here, dropship friendly. By that, there are products that if you don't tell it this, it will come out with products that are only, say, exclusive, where you cannot have a dropship friendly. They have their own internal people that are selling this. So the first thing in AI is you have to assign it a role. You need to tell it what to do. It doesn't know what to do otherwise. So I tell it that, your role is being a graphic designer. I am an online e-commerce online seller. I need to determine information about niches. I will provide the information, and I want you to I purposely picked this 75 here because sometimes it'll want to stop after 25 or so, so put 75. I want to provide information on 75 niches that would be good to consider based on the pricing criteria I am providing. The criteria includes the product size, the weight, and profit, and consider seasonality when looking back over the last 5 years. And then I clarify seasonality. By seasonality for the last 5 years, I need you to provide good niche ideas where seasonality means non-seasonality. In other words, it's not just good for the summer only, winter only. It's good year-round. This means no fluctuation during the years. These products should provide a steady amount of income, so my income does not fluctuate. My ideal target markets are the upper income, middle income basically, and businesses in the United States. My customers are also in the United States. I say that down there, but I reinforce it here. The products are not brand name specific. Okay, by that, if you think of pool tables, there's Brunswick and then there's everything else. So that's why I put this in here, because we don't want any brand name, because they're not going to be drop shipped and they're going to have their own people. So if anything, they're not going to let us order from them. Okay, please provide, now I'm going to say please like it's a person. Please provide good niche ideas. Your help will let me speed up the brainstorming fast. I want you to help. I don't know why I talked it like it's a human, but I do. These niches will have products I decide on for a new e-commerce store where I am the online retail seller. The average map price should be at least $500 or $1,000 per product. It knows what map price is, so I don't need to tell it what that means. I use your information to make sure the agreements between suppliers in America and myself understand maps, so only provide product niches with this in mind. You can even suggest products within the niches. These should not be available at Amazon or Walmart, where customers can just go out and buy these locally. And believe me, it factors in it makes sure nobody can buy these locally. Because some of them, you'll see, I haven't ran this one here, but I'm pretty sure, and you're not going to be able to find any of these locally getting in your car driving to it. They will need to make use of my e-commerce platform to purchase these. Being very clear on that. Make sure that the suppliers are available for these. I don't want products that are just some idea. I need them. This will take an effect. And by the way, in module number 5, where I go over how we find the suppliers, I take you all through an exercise where we do that manually, but then I also have another one of these command scripts. And so any of these commands here, I'm going to be providing to you. So these will be available. You can copy them, modify, maybe you have better ideas, but these I know will work. I haven't ran this specific one, but I've ran one close to this. Please make sure, I say please, I don't know why, please make sure that suppliers are available for these now. I have a week to go. So I'm trying to put the emphasis, urgency, to go on your recommendations before deciding on what is best for me to sell. What I need you to do is put these in order. This is a kind of a new one for me recently, is to suggest to AI to put things in order for me. Put these in order of niche ideas that will let me do this fast. The products are niche ideas and need to be drop ship friendly. Need to make sure that's in there. I figured out after running some of these in the past and they weren't. So that's there. The competition, some competition is acceptable. And let me explain that part to you real quick here. When we are basically setting up first stores, we're basically, even though we're going to be trying to find, say, good and premium suppliers and avoiding the bad ones. I show you all that in Module 5. But understand that premium suppliers are going to be for people that already pretty much have stores rocking and rolling and they're doing a good job. And so even though we look for good and premium, we're going to basically be working with the good ones for the first stores we're setting up. So out of that, what you can count on is, say, that map price, 500 or 1,000. It's very likely to have, say, between 12 and 20 sorry about this, about online people that they are allowing. It doesn't mean they're on Shopify. But understand that for the good ones, they're going to stick with that map pricing, whether it's 500 or 1,000, whatever you tell it. And so if you were to do a search and find a bunch of map priced for one suppliers, a lot of customers want to race to the bottom. Okay, these $500 and $1,000 prices. I can tell you right now what's going to make a very big difference on whether someone, these are all, say, advertising like we're going to do ad spend on this stuff. So we're going to be providing ads just like some others are. What really makes a difference is, number one, the basic way we have Shopify, everything configured along with the theme, SEO, really enhanced, is going to bring us to the top of the list on a Google search if someone wants to go that way. Okay, but what really matters, and I'm telling you this from years of experience, are the pictures. Now, if you're dealing with social media platforms, each platform is going to be different. You're going to have to, some of them, you're going to have very fancy pictures that go around. You're going to have videos, all kinds of things. We're not focusing on that. We're talking about just here's a picture, you're going to be dropped in front of a customer. But what's going to happen is when you work with suppliers, they're going to maybe provide a brochure to you and send you maybe some of their things that are thumbnails that you want to sell. You're going to list all the things. It's up to you to do that. Content management. I hire people. You may want to do the same or do it yourself. I do it both ways. But what happens, and I tell you this will help out, is a supplier, once you get them on board, is you want to ask them, because they all have this, by the way, they're going to have special sort of better pictures. Say they go to trade shows, things like that. So, you develop a little bit of relationship, emails, phone calls, back and forth. They send you stuff, and it doesn't hurt to ask, do they have a little bit better pictures on the whatever product you want? They do. Almost every time. I don't think I've come across any that don't. And so what really matters is providing better pictures. So if you can picture you're having the same, let's say 3 or 4 people, same product, same thing. The customers may be hit with the same things, yet they are going to gravitate towards what is the best eye candy, the best pictures. And that means both the same pictures should be congruent that you advertise and the ones that they click on and they come to your website. Now, this is my way of doing things. I have my developers I give them the task of saying, I want them to be able to click on a picture, come to my e-commerce store, and from there check out with no more than 4 clicks. So I don't put a big emphasis on, say, Twitter, all that social media at the bottom, because what happens is if they come to your store, even if they intend to buy, they may see that Facebook, Twitter, and all that, and they'll just go there. it's like your analytics, you're going to be scratching your head later trying to figure out what happened to them. So what I want to do is, I know it sounds very simplistic, but believe me, I've made a lot of money doing it this way, by having them come to the product, and by the product checking out within 4 clicks. It's okay to put a little bit of, testimonials if you care to, and making sure the colors are all right. But this is the way I found that works best. Have them going from congruency of the pictures, and then once they're at your website, the coloring somehow clicks in their brain. This coloring factor fits in with what I want. And if whatever you're going to be selling, you kind of learn to talk the language of that person. Say, for example, I'm a car dealer. If I was selling something on car dealing or car dealers, and someone wanted to sell me a car, if you did not know this, picture people that say flip trucks, cars, go out and buy them on the weekend. They put them in Walmart stores, parking lots, and a price tag and sell them. As a dealer, we call those people curbstoners. Okay, wouldn't make sense to you, if you're not a dealer. That just means they're basically doing that. They're flipping. No big deal. You basically are allowed pretty much at least 5 cars per person per year in the United States. But we just have our own terminology. So you have to sort of know some of the terminology of the products your customers are dealing with. So you want to speak their language as much as possible. So here I am, just once again, some of this is restated again, but I'm clarifying a little bit more what I want here. So let's see what it comes up with when I run a command on this. So again, this is the free version. Let me see if I got to get down to where I haven't entered it yet. I'm sorry. Okay, so I want to do all this here. Go all the way down here, do copy paste on this. Okay, actually I'm just going to go, like this, copy. Let's see if I can get down to paste. See if I can put it down here. Okay, there, let's do a paste. Okay, let's make sure it's all in there. Okay, that's all in there. By the way, you probably know, if you don't already, that ChatGPT is not really picky on your language, so you can not have the please in there and the spaces and proper grammar. It just does its thing, and you don't really need all that. So I usually try to be pretty good. But okay, so we're going to see what it does here on this and see what it does here. It'll probably take it a second or two to think things over, because I gave it a little bit. So maybe it already has it. It's got an arrow. Let's see. Maybe it already has it. Yep. Sure, it's already working away. Okay, came up with, let's take a look here. I didn't even know it was working on it. Okay, so it came up with some. Let's take a look and see what we come up with here. Okay, these are going to be, okay, lecture. I'm going to tell it to better define these, okay, because it's giving us some pretty good ideas to look at here. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, the cosmetics, that's really a very specialized, or that's the most competitive area on the e-commerce. So just keep that in mind. People do sell golf carts, believe it or not. So you can do that. Luxury travel, very good. So some of that's very good. I'm going to tell it now to give me some examples, if you would please. So let's see what we go when I say. Let's see, can you please provide, can you expand on this and suggest products within these niches? Thanks. Okay, let's see if it does what it does on this. But out of these here, just in general, this is pretty good. I haven't thought of that. Designer ceiling fans. That could be ones that somebody could get at Home Depot. But other ones maybe should include all the stores that are you can think of in our the thing here that we told, just Amazon and Walmart. Maybe you should include every little store from Home Depot to everything you can think of. But let's see what we get here. Expand on this, thanks. There we go, it's breaking them down. Great, that's a little bit better. Now we'll see if he gets that. I'll probably have to do more because it's not going to give us 75. Maybe it will. Okay, let's see. We stopped at 20. So here, just say continue usually with this. So like it gets lazy. Continue. 21. So I want 75. I'll mention something in a minute here. I'm just going to give you some idea of the goods and the bads. More. I'm going to say more, please. More. More. I need 75. Certainly. Just real quick, we're going to take a minute or two and just analyze these real quick for y'all. Because what I want to point out here is that on anything that's audio or anything that's electronic, you want to be probably not doing that because it causes problems, and there's lots of really sellers doing that type of thing. Premium home theater, I actually do that on the side. Consulting, X75. Okay, real quick now, out of the ones that it gave us here, let me do real quick for y'all. The ones he gave us here, so y'all know which is good and bad. Okay, any of these things look excellent. Number 1 is good. Number 2, very good. Custom furniture is good. Number 3 is very good. Number 4 is good. Number 5, that's up to you. This is a very heavy marketed area for e-commerce. That's probably pretty good on there. Exclusive pets, there comes our pet stuff that I hadn't sold before. So if you look up luxury in pets and then you come up with these things, you will get up above 1,000. Maybe it's only 500, but you can probably run this twice, run it at 500, run it at 1,000. Premium skincare, I would not do that just because it's heavily marketed. The performance cycle, anything bicycle, indoor or outdoors is excellent. Golf, excellent. Number 12 is good. Fitness, excellent for sure. These are all good. Travel, definitely all these good. This word bespoken, someday I'm going to figure out what that means, but these are all good. This gets into maybe some of the wall art, especially if they're collectibles and they have signatures and they're over $1,000. These are very good. Persian rugs, even though you see them everywhere, they're still good if you can get those above 1,000. Of course, that's my focus. Executive art, executive desks, glassware, pretty good. Designer watches, that's pretty good. Everything seems to be good on here that they're providing. You can have the same command you're going to be able to run. This one here, I'm just telling you to be careful on this one. And again, I have lots of very good home entertainment equipment with, say, turntable that costs $75,000. So there's a high-end audiophile to this type of stuff. So any of this stuff here, on this stuff here, we get into this. Make sure you read policies on both on both Shopify and Google, because you may end up with something like steak knives. Even though they're good, they may be putting some restrictions on that just because of concerns of national security or something. Customized sport gear, I hadn't thought of that one. Designer handbags, okay. Woodwork tools, excellent. And then cycling apparel, baby furniture, solid wood cribs. See, some of these are going to be expensive and probably not available at your normal stores. And this one's very good. Anything these light fixtures, You'd be amazed at the prices people pay for this stuff. You don't even need to hit chandeliers to hit that. Designer eyewear, that's probably very good. It's also one, though, that fits into one that's pretty well covered. But some of these are going to be very good here. Art supplies, very good. These are, again, all ones that are not available. They're getting in some good pet stuff here that I haven't thought of myself. Corporate gifts. That one you may watch out on, because a lot of corporate stuff has limitations on priceware that, I was looking at here, on prices that you can give somebody. So be careful on that one. But this is pretty good. Porcelain dinnerware. Excellent. And outdoor gear. That's a very good one. These here are good. Here we get down to sort of really what I consider the wall art. Limited edition photography prints. So some of this stuff here you're going to actually end up with the pictures instead of just limited editions. The main thing here. These things are all good. But see how we're able to pull all this stuff up out of this coming up here. So anyways, I just want to show you all that. And this command that we ran all this guy on, I can get up here. This here, I'll go ahead and include this one. So you just have this if you want to just stick it in yourself. This will be available. The Word version of this big long command here. But AI has been a wonderful tool, especially if you get into the higher level, the ChatGPT 4.0. That's where you get some fantastic stuff. Leave it there. Talk to you later, Greg. Bye.